Hello everyone, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, so give me a minute and I'll share my today's presentation with you. Just give me a thumbs up if you can see the presentation, if it is visible. Let me know in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Give me one more minute, please. All right. So, एज यू कैन सी एंड एज यू नो हमारी आज की जो सेशन है इसमें हम स्ट्रेस के बारे में डिस्कशन करने वाले हैं। स्ट्रेस को थोड़ा गहराई से समझने की कोशिश करेंगे और कैसे हमारी लाइफ में जो स्ट्रेस आता जाता रहता है उसको कैसे हम रिलीज कर सकते हैं, लेट गो कर सकते हैं और कैसे हम अपनी लाइफ में मूव ऑन कर सकते हैं। तो दिस इज द बेसिक पर्पस ऑफ दिस क्लास, ऑफ दिस सेशन। सो या लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दैट। So before we move ahead, let's just close our eyes for a few minutes and just connect with your heart, connect with your breath. Breathe in slowly and breathe out.
I also told them. People
So close your eyes. Breathe in once again and breathe out. I do not know what is it that you were doing before the session, but I want you to keep whatever it was where it is right now, and in this moment, just focus here, just be here for the next somewhere around 1 hour. Be present in this session only. Everything will be taken care later. Right now, you've taken out this time for yourself and just give it 100% to yourself. With that, let's just start today's session. Okay. So, before we start, I just want to tell you a little about myself. So, if you already know me, thank you for being here as a support for me. And if you do not know me, if you are meeting me for the first time, I am Deepshikha. I'm a life coach, a regression therapist, and a tarot card reader. I help people feel happier and create more peace and clarity and balance in their lives. This is what we are going to do in today's session as well. And because I want to help people to feel better, to feel happier, and that is why this stress masterclass also came to life. And I'll tell you that why it happened. So why this session? Okay, ये session क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? So these days, जितनी ज़्यादा information technology बढ़ रही है with the growth in AI, with social media and everything, stress is at its peak. And in the coming time, it's going to increase only. It's not going to decrease because the way we are moving on, we are even moving to a faster society. And when things go very fast, our stress levels increase. Our body's threat system, our body's defense mechanism gets triggered when things are happening fast because now the body feels that it has to respond faster. And but the situation is not like that you have to run or do something, but this mechanism keeps happening in the body. And that is why it becomes very important that we learn to release stress and bring ourselves back to our center and to stillness. Okay, so this is the reason why we are doing this session. And stress is something that I also go through. But the difference is when I go through stress, I also make sure that I practice certain things which helped me release that stress. And from there only, from that recognition and awareness only, this masterclass Stress to Stillness came into picture, that it is very important that since stress is not going anywhere from your lives, it's important that we learn how to release stress and how to come back to ourselves. So, with that, let's also try to understand how stress impacts us. तो स्ट्रेस का क्या इम्पैक्ट होता है हमारे ऊपर? स्ट्रेस हमारी इम्यूनिटी को अफेक्ट करता है, हमारी फिजिकल हेल्थ को भी बहुत सारा अफेक्ट करता है. थोड़ी देर के बाद वी विल डू अ सिंपल क्विज, हम एक क्विज करेंगे टू आइडेंटिफाई what are your stress levels, and there you will get a very clear picture of even more impacts of stress, because the quiz is related to that. Okay, so be there, stay there at least till the quiz, because it's very important. At least you'll get to know that where you are, आपको awareness आएगी कि आप कहाँ पे हो इस moment पे. So yes, stress से anxiety होता है, emotional irregulation. If you feel you are unable to handle your emotions go haywire, it means something is going within your system. Your stress is getting triggered again and again, and it is playing with your emotional system, with your endocrine system, which is you can say responsible for proper functioning of your hormones and proper release secretion of the hormones. Now stress creates spiritual disconnection, making you doubt everything. If you feel like in your life you feel you are doubtful, very doubtful, then somewhere stress may be behind it. Because what stress does is, why are you in stress? Because you're feeling that maybe I can't do it, or maybe this cannot get better, something like this, right? And what it does is, it's like a lack of belief in something. So it creates a spiritual disconnection, it creates a disconnection from yourself as well. So with this, let's move forward. And if you have any questions, अगर आपको कुछ questions आ रहे हैं, तो please write those questions in the chat box, or just make sure to write it in your notebook. By the end of this session, we'll take those questions as well. Now, here you have to answer. Chat box is open. So please tell me, what is stress for you? What do you understand by stress? आपके हिसाब से स्ट्रेस की definition क्या है? स्ट्रेस क्या है? So I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. So please tell me, what is stress for you? How do you define stress in your life? Okay, Meenakshi has written not feeling peaceful. Okay. And these points are important, because these points will tell where in your life you need to create balance. If you're not feeling peaceful and that is stress for you, it means that you need to pay more attention how you can create more peace into your life. So that's how we decode, what is it that is creating stress in our lives. So your answers are very important, because they will tell you how can you bring balance. So what is stress for you? Or forget the definition of stress. Maybe you just write that what is creating stress right now in your life. A few more answers. Okay. Stress, state of physical, emotional, or mental strain. Yes, that's totally right. That's how we define stress. It's physical, emotional, mental strain. When you want to do something, or something is out of your comfort zone, there is some pressure, there's a threatening situation, and we get stressed. How do we handle that situation? All right. So keep writing your answers. Now I notice when I'm stressed, suddenly I start sweating and I know I'm feeling stressed. Yes. So that's how your body tells you. When your body sweats, that's how it tells you that you are under stress. Carrying more weight on their shoulders than they can handle. Exactly. When we are holding on too much, it becomes stressful and we are unable to move forward. We are unable to walk. So with these, I got this understanding that you have a clear understanding of what is stress. So let's move forward with that. Now, let's look at the definition. So the definition that I have written here for stress, it's divided in three parts. And these three things are very important to notice here. Number one, stress is a reaction. Stress is a response. It's a response, okay? To what? to a perceived threatening situation or pressure. I have, highlighted the word perceived here, and I want you to pay attention here. Why perceived is written here? Because a situation that is creating stress for you might not create stress for someone else. you know Someone else might be able to handle that situation in a much more mature, much more emotionally resilient way. So that is why stress is always perceived. It's not objective. That it's always every situation, whatever you are feeling stressed, everyone will stressed about. Stress is subjective. That's why this perceived word is here. Whatever you perceive as a threatening situation or a pressuring situation, when it is out of your current comfort zone. So just think about it. When you were a little baby, do you think it was easy for you to learn to write? Do you think it was easy for you to speak? No, it might be stressful, right? So I know someone here has has a little girl. So when she is learning to speak, we think that she's not saying anything, she's not speaking, but it's stressful for her because she doesn't know how to speak. She's observing everyone and she's learning from that observation. So that kid is also going through stress when that baby is learning something new, right? So this is what happens. A situation that is easy for us might be difficult for someone else, might be stressful for someone else. And that is why the solution for stress cannot be same for everyone. It's going to be different depending on where you are, what your situation is. Okay, so with that, let's move forward. So now let's understand why we get stuck. So why we get stuck in this loop? Because stress is not only mental, it is also impacting your physical body, it is also impacting your emotional body. And the triggers, the patterns are there in our subconscious mind. And sometimes it becomes very difficult to break those patterns. Forget breaking those patterns. It's very difficult even to identify, even to get into this awareness that something is happening in your subconscious. There is a pattern, there is a loop that you are just, moving around. So this is why we get stuck, because it's a little bit difficult, and it's not just happening in one area of your life, or you can say one body. It's like your mental body, your physical body, your emotional body, or an energetic body. Everything is being impacted by it, and it just creates a matrix kind of a thing, an entanglement, and it becomes very difficult to unstuck it, unloop it. Okay, so now so I just want to ask you, up until now, everything that we have discussed, do you, is there any clarity, or you want clarity in a few things? If yes, then you can just write it in the chat box and I'll guide it. I'll guide you, whatever it is. And if everything is fine, just give me a thumbs up and I'll know that let's move ahead. Minakshi, is it good having stress sometimes? It's a very nice question, that is it good having stress sometimes? So it totally depends how your body is taking it. So what happens? For some people, they can function well in stress, but for some people, they cannot function well in stress. और ये difference क्यों आता है? Because under stress, अगर आपका जो sympathetic nervous system है, which is the threat response of your body, वो trigger हो रहा है, then chances are you won't be able to function well under stress. But if your parasympathetic nervous system stays stimulated and you are under stress, then you will be able to function well in under stress. And also here the thing is to understand that stress is a response. Okay, so now that there are some situations which are not going the way you want them to go, so what part of your body, what part of your mind is getting activated in that? If you are able to calm yourself down in that situation, okay, this is happening, let me handle it tactfully, then you'll be able to handle it wisely. But if not, if you get into that threat, if you get into that panic zone, then chances are you won't be able to handle it nicely. So we cannot completely say yes or no, but yes, some level of stress is like a part of our life. So rather than taking it as a good or bad thing, it's better to take it as something that's part of our lives and that will stay there. So better we learn how to navigate through that. I hope it answers your questions, Meenakshi. Or okay, thank you. So, are there any quick techniques that we can use to calm ourselves when stress suddenly hits? Yes, we are going to talk about that in upcoming time. I mean, in this masterclass only. After some time, we will talk about that. So, I'll share with you a few tools and techniques which you can use when you are going through some stressful situations, and some tools and techniques which you can do as preparation to prepare yourself that if something like this comes up, this is how I'm going to handle it. So we'll discuss it in the upcoming slides. Okay. So with that, let's move forward. So there are two aspects of stress that we will discuss today. But before that, I have a question for you. Do you think stress cannot be taken out of our lives, or do you think it can be? So what's your perception? Do you think we can let go stress, or do you think we cannot? Stress cannot be. Just simple yes or no, nothing, no too much thinking. Simple yes or no. Do you think you can take away stress from your life or not? Yes, we have got three yeses, and I like that because it gives a positive direction. Because whatever you think and believe will manifest itself in your life. If you think that you can handle it, you'll be able to handle it. You'll find ways to handle it. But if you think you can't handle it, you won't be able to handle it. You will never find ways and techniques which can help you handle your stress and move forward in your life. So it's very important that we keep that hope alive, we keep that positivity, keep that optimism alive in ourselves. So with that, let's move forward. Okay, so now we are here with our quiz. So do you have your pen and paper with you? If not, I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, I mean, actually saying yes. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Just go bring pen and paper if you do not have it, because this is important. This is a very important part of the this session, because it will tell you what are the steps that you need to take. Where are the places where you need to give some attention. If not, you don't have a notebook. If you have your phone with yourself, just type your answers in the phone. By the end, we have to count the number of yeses and nos. Okay. So as you can see, there are few questions. So start writing those answers in your notebook, because by the end we have to count those. So it's better that you write it in the notebook rather than the chat box. Okay. So first question is, do you often feel tired even after sleeping? Simple yes or no. And if you feel confused in any question, just write it in the chat box. I'll clarify it for you. Okay. Do you often feel tired even after sleeping? Next question. Do you have trouble sleeping or waking up fresh? Do you grind your teeth or clench your jaws? Simple yes or no. Okay. And by the end, you have to tell me your score in the chat box. All right. Because that's very important. Do you often catch colds or fall sick easily? Do you experience digestive issues like acidity, constipation, or IBS? IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. Do you feel anxious or worried most of the times? Do you get irritated or angry over small things? And when I'm asking these questions, do not see it as 100% zero or 100% no. If you find you are somewhere in between, just look at that. What is the maximum times that it happens? If 80% of the times you get angry at small things, it's a yes. Or for example, if 50% of the times you get angry at small things, you can still write yes. That would be a better answer. Because if you are at 5, chances are you'll move forward only, move ahead only. Okay, next question is, do you often feel overwhelmed by daily tasks? Do daily tasks, daily chores overwhelm you? Do you feel tired of them? Do you experience mood swings frequently? So for women, it could be stress, it could be hormone induced only, and sometimes hormonal changes are also stress induced. So it's very important to understand that part as well. Do you experience mood swings frequently? If yes, write yes. Do you sometimes feel low, hopeless, or disconnected? See, here I have written the word sometimes. It's not always, okay? So answer it that way. If you sometimes feel low, hopeless, or disconnected, or do you always feel that way, you have to answer the question. So moving ahead, we have few more questions so that we can assess it rightly. So the next question is, do you struggle to feel joy or relaxation even in peaceful moments? So write your questions, keep writing your questions, answers in your notebook actually, because by the end we have to count the answers. And what I'll do is by the end of this quiz, I'll just repeat all the questions so that if you have missed somewhere, you can again write the answers, okay? So don't worry if you have missed something. So do you struggle to feel joy or relaxation even in peaceful moments? Do you find it hard to concentrate or remember things? Do you feel your mind is constantly racing with thoughts? Do you procrastinate because tasks feel so heavy? Do you replay past situations or conversations in your head? It is very important to know this, to bring this awareness. Do you replay past situations or conversations in your head? Something happened a few days ago, something happened a few years ago, and the same story is just surfacing in your mind, and you are again thinking about it, getting angry over it, getting sad over it, something like that. It's very important to get this awareness. Do you often overthink decisions, big or small? Is it easy for you to make a decision or it is difficult? Do you overeat, skip meals, or crave junk food when stressed? Most of us do. I mean, I sometimes do. Do you withdraw from people or avoid social interactions? It happens, when we are under stress, we feel like, just isolating ourselves from people and we don't want to talk to them. We are like, just leave me alone for some time. This happens, right? Do you delay important tasks until the last moment? Do you neglect exercise, hobbies, or things that once made you happy? It is also a very important point. Though everything is important, but a few points are like that, they'll give you a very clear picture of what's happening. Chalo. So now what I'll do is I'll just repeat the questions from the beginning. There are total 20 questions. So make sure you've written all the answers. So I'll go a little bit fast right now. So, be attentive on what I'm saying. Do you often feel tired even after sleeping? Yes or no? Do you have trouble sleeping or waking up fresh? Yes or no? Do you grind your teeth or clench your jaw? Yes or no? Do you often catch colds or fall sick easily? Yes or no? Do you experience digestive issues like acidity, constipation, or IBS? Yes or no? Do you feel anxious or worried most of the time? Yes or no? Do you get irritated or angry over small things? Yes or no? Do you often feel overwhelmed by daily tasks? Yes or no? Do you experience mood swings frequently? Yes or no? Do you sometimes feel low, hopeless, or disconnected? Yes or no? Do you struggle to feel joy or relaxation even in peaceful moments? Do you find it hard to concentrate or remember things? Do you feel your mind is constantly racing with thoughts? Yes or no? Do you procrastinate because tasks feel heavy? Yes or no? Do you replay past situations or conversations in your head? Yes or no? Do you often overthink decisions, big or small? Do you overeat, skip meals, or crave junk food when stressed? Do you withdraw from people or avoid social interactions? Do you delay important tasks until the last moment? Do you neglect exercise, hobbies, or things that once made you happy? So these are our questions, and I hope you have written the answers, yeses or no. Now take your time and just count how many yeses and how many nos. Just count your answers. That number is important and write that number in the chat box. Meenakshi has written 15. Okay. Okay. 11. 11 yeses. All right. Okay. 15 yeses. Okay. So we've got the answers. Now let's move towards the result. Result time, the most important time. So yes. So between, if you have scored somewhere between 0 to 6, you are there is okay, wait a minute. I think my screen is paused. Is my screen visible? Just give me a thumbs up. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So if you have scored between 0 to 6, it's low stress. You are managing it well and keep doing whatever you are doing. But nowhere here has written any number between 0 to 6. 6, okay. Moving 7 to 12, it is moderate stress. I see one number which is in between. So now it's time to add some coping tools. Up until now, it's fine. You're doing it still well, but it's time that you take it a little bit sincerely and add some practices in your daily routine so that you can do, you can be better and you can lower your score to less than 7. Okay, go to 0, between 0 to 6, because you are at 11, and if it keeps increasing, you'll move in the category of high stress. Now 13 or more than that is high stress. Stress release practices are urgent for you. As you can see, it's written in the slide, and you're carrying too much weight. So if you have scored anywhere between 13 or more than that, you know the answer, right? There is too much stress. There are too many situations consuming your mind. You just need to sort your life a little bit more so that you can enjoy it a little bit more, right? Okay. So now moving forward, and we'll discuss about it, how we can manage stress, the coping mechanism, and everything. So do not worry about that. This score, once again, don't let this score give you stress. Okay. So those who know how to take stress, they will take stress about everything. So, okay, we have one hand raised. Yes, please ask your question in the chat box. So those who know how to take stress, they will take stress of everything. So we do not need to take the stress of this result. It's just to create awareness that where we are and what should be our next plan of action. Everything is reversible. Stress is reversible. So don't worry about it. It's not a permanent state, it's a temporary state. Always remember that. Okay, I am unable to be consistent, and that is creating stress for you. All right, got it. So what you need to do is you have to sit with yourself and ask yourself, what are the things creating inconsistency for me? Why do I get inconsistent sometimes? So that will be your roadmap here, that think just go through that situation, that how you can handle those situations. What are the things making you inconsistent? There you need to focus, and then that will guide you what actions you need to take, what changes you need to make in your routine and in your way of handling your life, and that's how things will be managed. So if you see, stress is a response. Stress is just knock. It's like a knock at your door, that see, there is someone. So it is telling that there is a situation, there is something happening in your life, and you need to pay attention to it. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. If not, by the end I will just unmute everyone, and then we can directly talk as well. Right now I'm not doing it because I just want to be in the flow of the session. I don't want to break the flow. That's why I'm not allowing right now to speak anyone. By the end, we'll do that. Thank you. Thank you so much for understanding that. So let's move forward now. So we are going to discuss two aspects from this moment on. One is stress management, and second is stress keep away mechanism. So let's come to stress management. So what's going to happen here is, when something in the environment has already stirred up the defense mechanism of the body. So we had a question where it was asked that, are there any tools and techniques to use? So here we will get those tools and techniques. So first thing that you need to do in that moment is, when has been triggered and you are feeling disturbed by it, come back to your breath. No other tool or technique, as far as I know up until now, is better than your breath. It is accessible for everyone. Everyone has access to their breath. Nobody else has access to their breath. You just have to come back to your breath and start breathing very slowly. Even if it's not deep, it's okay. So what I mean when I say deep. So when I say deep breathing, what it means is you're breathing from your belly. It's not, you're not breathing from your lungs, it's going deep to your stomach and then it's coming out. So even if you're not able to breathe deeply in the beginning, start breathing slowly. Consciously breathe slowly. The slow breaths, what will it do is, it will stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is actually responsible for making us peaceful, for making us feel relaxed and calm. It activates our prefrontal, which in turns helps you see things clearly. Under stress we cannot see things clearly, and that also becomes one of the reasons we start getting panicky and everything. So what it does is, it clears the fog that is there in your mind, and it lets you see clearly whatever is happening. Okay, so first thing is, take control of your breath. Start breathing slowly. All right, so let's do that even right now. Okay, so just take 3 slow breaths in this moment. Just breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. I felt a little bit calm. I don't know about you. So ask this question next to yourself. Would my worry bring any difference in this situation? Is it helping the situation? So first, you take control of your breath when you start feeling a little bit calmer, when you start feeling. And now some people will ask, how many times do I have to take slow breathing? There is no number here. Just keep doing it till the time you feel a little bit relaxed. Your feeling is your guide. So now ask yourself, is there anything, is there any changes, any difference? Me worrying about this situation will create in this situation. If yes, go ahead and keep worrying about it. But if no, then stop that right now. And the the thing a lot of people ask that how do I stop it? I do not know how to stop it. It starts with uttering it with your mouth. I want to stop stressing right now and I want to focus on finding solutions. You can even write this statement. I'll even write this in the chat that I am stopping stressing about it right now and I am focusing on finding the solution. And you will be able to even say this statement when you are a little bit relaxed. And that is why I have asked you to start breathing slowly first. Start stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system first, so that in that moment, whatever affirmation you give, whatever you say, it your system starts accepting it. Otherwise, it will just reject it. Okay, because your emotional triggers were on. Okay, so let's move further. Yeah. So there are a few other tools like you can practice mindfulness, some grounding activities. What is grounding activity? Grounding means zameen se juda hua, that we are connected with the earth. So you can simple do any meditation, a simple practice where some light is entering into your body through your crown chakra, and that light is spreading throughout your whole body, and that light is now spreading its roots inside the earth. It's going inside the earth and getting cemented over there, and mother earth is keeping you grounded. You are safe, you are secure. This kind of meditation will help you ground your energies. Sometimes cold shower, water on your face, hands, washing your hands and feet, they also calm your systems down, because all our nerves are connected. So when we wash our hands, when we wash our face, it all is connected with the parasympathetic nervous system, and the system gets the signal. It gets the signal to start activating, and the sympathetic nervous system, which is actually making you stressful, it starts to get calm and still. Practicing body awareness with all your senses. Body awareness, what it is like you are feeling your body. For example, you are taking your awareness to your forehead and being there. You are taking your awareness to your eyes. So basically, you are moving your awareness throughout your complete body. And whatever parts of your body you find are tight, are clenched, you just release them, you loosen them up. This practice also helps, it helps in somatic release of stress. It helps your body come back to its natural state. Massaging your face, neck, and temple area, all of this help in releasing stress. When you are in a stressful situation, then doing some humming and Brahmari pranayam. Brahmari pranayam is one of the amazing things that you can do when you are feeling stressed, because when you do that humming creates some sensations, it creates vibrations in your head, in your mind, and everything. And those vibrations are basically you can say that it's like ki hatoda marna. Those it's hammering basically your stress that is stuck inside your head, inside your nerves. And it also, what it does is, whatever cords are connected, whatever synapses are being made in your brain, it hammers those synapses, and they get, you know right now they are stuck, and but when the hammer is being put there, it gets separated and you start feeling calm and centered. So humming is also very good. So if you find that you are in a situation where you can't sit and do any brahmari or anything like that, what you can do in that moment is, you can just think of your favorite song and start humming that song. Simply humming, not saying the words, but humming. So humming also creates that vibration, and those vibrations will help you move forward and feel better. Now, some neck, face exercises and some mindful movements. If you're feeling stressed, if you are in a space and time where you can do some somatic physical exercises, some physical movements, that is perfect. Why it is perfect? So I'll tell you the mechanism. What is it that happens? So when we are under stress, what happens is cortisol, adrenaline gets secreted. And why, and this threat response of the body, it is why this gets secreted, because it is telling us to move, that run away from this situation or fight. This is also called fight or flight, or symptom, flight and flight response of our body. So what happens is it is telling you to move. But in the older times, when stress was mostly physical, this system helped us. This stress response helped us. It gave us a guidance that, okay, this is not a good situation. I cannot handle it. Let me just move away from it. Let me run away. Or let me fight this situation. I have to be ready to fight this person. So it's like when the soldiers are on the ground, their stress response tells them that it's time to fight now. It's time to move forward now. So it's like that energy. So stress response basically wants your body to move. So if you cannot do anything, and if you start doing some walking, or even if you start doing some exercises, it will let the hormone, be released. It will let the cortisol, the adrenaline that is being secreted, it will stop it from getting stuck in your body, and it will allow it to move and be released in the form of sweat, in the form of yawning, or maybe, something else. Okay. Now, butterfly hug. So, what is what butterfly hug? Just hugging yourself like this, or sometimes we make our hands like this and put our hands over your heart. Okay, let me just change. Yeah. So we do like it. You can do either like this or like this, and put your hands over your heart and simply just do it like this. You know, just do this simple thumping. So there are some points, some meridian points. I do not have so much information about that, knowledge about that, but there are some points over here on the chest which actually calm you down. Which, when this tapping is done, some stress response, some energy that is stuck over there is being released. So this is what happens. So if you, I do not know whether you have seen this or not, but what happens in some situations, if you would have seen some people, when they cry and जब कुछ लोग बहुत रोते हैं, तो sometimes they do this thumping on their chest, on their rib, right? So what this does is, this is actually a natural knowing of our body, that when you do this, some energy gets released and you start feeling relieved. Oh yeah, Meenakshi is talking about Rudali movie. Yes. So actually, this is a very good practice to help you release your emotions, tapping here. When I came to know it, I was very much surprised that wow. So, these practices, and this is not that something is going to teach you. Your body also knows. Sometimes when you're feeling so much stress here, you also start tapping that wo bahar nikle. And it actually works. These are some of the systems. This is basically an intuitive knowing of our body. So this happens. Now, moving forward. Okay, so these were a few things that we can do when we are actually under stress. And I would suggest you that in the beginning, please do not judge the practice quickly, because you are just starting to, do the practices. So it will maybe require a little bit time for your body to accept those practices and start responding to them. Sometimes the stress level is so high that you need to go deeper to release that stress. Doing some practicing only the stress management techniques don't work. So in those times, please don't judge the practices. Keep it a sign, take it as a sign that maybe there is something deeper than that, and where there I need to go deeper. Okay, so moving forward, now we are going to talk about stress keep away mechanism. So what is this? So these are a few practices which you can do in your everyday life when nothing is going wrong, everything is fine, but you are doing these practices to develop emotional resilience, to develop that strength within you with which you can handle life even more easily. Okay. All right. One thing to remember, it's not always built in. And if right now you are unable to handle stress, that doesn't mean you won't be able to handle stress in the upcoming time. This is a mechanism that can be developed. It's a practice. So even even if you are very good at it right now, And if you stop those practices, and if you stop taking care of yourself, taking it, not taking it carefully, if you neglect it, your state can go down as well. So it's not a permanent state, it's a temporary state. And that's why it's a good news that we can take control of it. We can take control of our emotions, of our behaviors. Okay. So now, daily relaxation is a must here. Every day we need to practice relaxation. Practice relaxation consistently by simply just softening the parts of your body जो हमने समझा था body awareness में. And to take care of this part, actually, I do daily relaxation practices every day at 10:30 p.m. And there is a reason why I have kept it in the night and why it is like at 10:30 p.m. Why not even earlier than that? So my thought behind it was that whatever thoughts and whatever energy we sleep with, we wake up with that. So if you sleep with stress, you'll wake up stressful. So that's why around 10:30 p.m. mostly everybody is on their bed. So if at that time you are practicing this, what happens is your mind is getting ready to sleep in a peaceful state. And then when you will wake up the next day, your chances of feeling better is much higher. So a lot of people who can't meditate, I suggest them that in the beginning start trying some relaxation practices, because maybe when once your mind and body is relaxed, meditation will start happening by itself only. So, yes, now consciously confronting your stressors and resolving them. Sometimes, what happens, we know that there is something, and this has the potential to trigger me, this has the potential to hurt me, but still we don't address it until somebody, knocks at our door. So, what we mean here is handle them even before that knock is made, so that when the situation comes up, you are in a better position to handle it. You are in a better position to deal with it. And the next thing is practice of meditation. So these are some certain things which are like preparation. They will prepare you. They will prepare to move in your life, deal with your life in a much better way. All right. So moving forward, we have reminding yourself that you are living in a safe environment. We feel a lot of the times we feel stressed because we feel that we are threatened. We are not safe. So remind yourself that you are in a safe environment and everything is perfectly fine. So we have to move from insecurity to insecurity. तो हमें insecurity से आगे बढ़ना है और अपने आप को secure महसूस कराना है. Practice pauses during the day and observe. You can also put reminders for that, either in your phone or a visual reminder. So what you can do is just pause for a few minutes. ज़्यादा भी नहीं रुकना. 2 to 3 minutes is also enough. Pause for a few minutes. The way we started today's session, we just closed our eyes for a few minutes. We just took a few breaths and then we started the session. That simple practice, including that simple practice in your daily routine, maybe हर 2 घंटे पे 2-3 घंटे पे आपने वो practice कर ली, this will become a game changer for you because your body, your mind will learn to relax. अभी उसको रिलैक्स करना नहीं आता अपने आप से, अभी उसको सिखाना पड़ेगा. स्ट्रेस लेना उसको बहुत इजीली आता है बट रिलैक्स होना भी नहीं आता है. तो बाय विद दीज प्रैक्टिसेस वी आर टीचिंग आवरसेल्व्स टू स्टे रिलैक्स्ड. ऑलराइट, सो by that, stress is a response, not the root itself. Whatever it is, it can be dealt the other way, which is with ease. तो प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस कि स्ट्रेस एक रिस्पॉन्स है, ये खुद एक जड़ नहीं है किसी प्रॉब्लम का. यस, ये जड़ बन जाता है बहुत सारी अदर चीजों का. फॉर एग्जाम्पल योर फिजिकल इश्यूज, योर बिहेवियरल इश्यूज, ऑल दीज थिंग्स, बट स्ट्रेस इज नॉट द रूट. प्रोबेबली द रूट इज समथिंग एल्स. ओके, स्ट्रेस बस एक रिस्पॉन्स है एंड कुछ भी है उसको हम आसानी से भी डील कर सकते हैं, बशर्ते कि हम सीखें कि कैसे चीजों को हमें हैंडल करना है. All right. So with that, we have moved towards the end section of our today's session. So for that, for you to help you in that development of that stress mechanism system, The daily stress relief sessions are there, which are completely free for everyone to attend. And even I would be very honest here, I have a selfish reason as well for that, because I also need to release my stress. Every in everybody's life there is something or other thing happening, so I also wanted a practice for myself. And this is the time I also practice, and this is the time I also want to extend that support to you to practice relaxation in your life. And those sessions are completely free. I'll share the link of the group. If you want to be a part of that, you can join that group and join me daily. And if you can't join me at that time, it's totally okay. YouTube lives are available. You can later watch it whenever you are going to sleep, play that meditation and go to sleep. That would be the thing. Okay. So moving forward, yeah, I just right now I just shared it. And this is for those who are under high stress, or moderate stress. If you are in low stress, okay, if you are in low stress, it's totally okay. You are doing it fine. You have got your ideas. You have some inbuilt stress releasing mechanisms, and that is completely fine. You're doing fine on your own. But if you are in moderate or high stress levels, you need to pay attention to your to your stressors. You need to pay attention and be a little bit more aware that what's happening within you, and especially if you are under high stress levels. So yes, if you'd like to get into depth of it, you can book a call with me, and I'll share the link for that as well here. And with that, we are now finally ending today's session. So thank you so much for being a part of this session. And in the chat box now, I'll share the links with you. Just give me a minute. Okay, I have shared the links on Zoom, and I'll do the same on YouTube as well. Okay, so now I'll just allow you to unmute yourself. So if you'd like to ask any questions, you can unmute now. Oh, sorry. I think it was already on. You can unmute yourself. Yeah. And if you have any questions, we can go ahead with that, or else we'll close the session.
Yeah.
Hi, Meenakshi.
Hi. Thank you so much for a beautiful presentation and, the deep
Thank you.
knowledge you always share, Chika. I just want to know one thing, as I told you before, that consistency
Hmm.
is my thing. When I am consistent with my own thing, then I'm really how do I say? I'm really chalked out. I know is my timetable.
Hmm.
But for a day or two, when things go here and there, and I skip some things, like you mentioned, meditation,
Hmm.
stress. How do we cope? Stress. So, when that goes haywire, then
Hmm.
it becomes really difficult to
Yeah.
it's just like a springboard thing that you are not able to. I'm not able to come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
So that is and sometimes I am always there with you in the night, and I make it a habit that, I need to listen to it. But
Hmm.
sometimes I'm so stressed and I'm so, how would I say, I'm so lost that can't even meditate. I can't even
Hmm.
breathe. I don't even want to listen. I'll just, instead put on a TV and watch. That's how I cope up.
Hmm.
So how can you please help me there, or do I need a one-on-one?
Okay. So, first thing is when you don't even feel like meditating and all, and I just want to share here that it happens with me also. So it's not like that, I'm at a place where I have conquered everything. No, it's not like that. So it happens with me also. In those
Thank God.
moments, so I'll only share what I do in those moments. So in those moments, what I do is I just acknowledge whatever I'm feeling. And I drop this pressure from myself to even meditate, to sit and even meditate.
Mm,
Sometimes, I mean, if we do not pay attention, even the things which are supposed to make us feel good, they also start feeling like a pressure. And when that happens, it's time to release that. It's time to say no to it. So if you feel that, there are times you do not feel like that, you just start watching TV and everything is totally okay. Problem happens when you start taking guilt. कि अरे यार, I should have meditated, but instead I just watched TV. Do not take that guilt. Maybe your
mm,
system is not yet wired to meditate when you are under stress. You are
yeah,
right now teaching your system, right? So don't.
yes.
So it's like that when a kid is learning something, they should take their time, no, to learn it. We shouldn't rush them to learn it quickly. Even if we do that, there are chances they won't remember it properly. So don't
Mm,
rush yourself. Remind yourself that you are learning, you are training your system to sit and meditate when under stress. So it's okay. Right now, your system is trying to go back to its original thing. Go back, but go back with awareness. That
mm,
will make a difference in the long run. So these little things will keep coming when you start doing the practices and everything. In those moments, remember to be guilt free and remind yourself that, acknowledge it and remind yourself that you are learning. Maybe yet your system is not trained in that, and you need to train it even more. And sometimes what we do is we have some wrong expectations as well, and that is why we tend to not do the practice. So maybe when we, just check with your intentions and expectations with the practices as well. So what are you expecting when you are meditating? Are you expecting that with a few days of meditation, your stress response will change? It's not under your control. I know that it will change, but when it will change, it depends completely on your body. It depends completely where you are right now. And trust me, sometimes we think that we know what's happening inside, but honestly we do not know, because a lot of things are there submerged in our subconscious mind, and it keeps bringing it. And the more you start doing meditation and all, the more those things will come up. Why? Because you have to get rid of, you're practicing, no, you want to get rid of those stressors. तो कैसे आप बाहर जाओगे? आपको गंदगी दिखेगी ही नहीं, तो आप सफाई कैसे कर पाओगे? इट्स लाइक दैट. सो जब वो आता है तो हम इंस्टेंटली चिंता करने लग जाते हैं कि अरे यार, आई वाज डूइंग दिस प्रैक्टिस टू बी काम एंड सेंटर्ड, एंड हियर आई एम गोइंग, और ज्यादा दिमाग खराब हो रहा है मेरा. तो वहां पे यू हैव टू रिमेम्बर दैट अगर आप प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हो तो ये चीजें भी होंगी. एंड जब ये आए तो अपने आप को याद दिलाना कि ये दिख रहा है मेरे को इसलिए, सो दैट आई कैन क्लीन इट. ओके. सो बी स्लो. स्लोली स्लोली आप उस चीज को करो, उसके लिए रश मत करो. एंड ड्रॉप दैट गिल्ट कि आप मेडिटेशन नहीं कर रहे हो, यू आर गोइंग टू योर टीवी और डूइंग समथिंग एल्स. दैट्स टोटली ओके. ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें बाकी चीजों से पूरी तरह से दूर हो जाना है. दैट्स नॉट द केस. We just have to bring in some new habits. That's it. So, does it answer your question even a little bit?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank
yes.
you so much. Okay, so all right. With that, now let's end today's session. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll see you probably next Saturday when we'll do this masterclass once again. So thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you. You're welcome.